Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our today's tutorial or our today's lesson. And today we are still going to handle QuickBooks. As always, my name is Mhindo Samuel, and today we are going to run an electronic business. And our question is here. It is saying KK Electronics is a business located on Stanley Street in Kasese Town. It has the following company details. The contact number is here, the email is here. Then they are saying it started the year 2022 with the following balances. We have the balances here at cash, we have the balances at bank, we also have the delivery van with its opening balance. Then we have down here the price list or the prices of their items that they deal in. You have single switch, the cost price and the selling price. You have double switch, cost price and selling price. Bulbs, we have insulated wires, we have lamp holders, we have power cables and their relative prices or respective prices. So down here we have transaction now, which we are going to handle one by one. So without wasting much of the time, we shall just go directly and launch our QuickBooks application. So you open it and wait for it to launch. So you have to be patient as it is opening. And if you are still new on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and also hit that notification bell such that anytime we publish a new video, then you can be notified, then you join us. So we wait for our program to start. So it takes time, so we have to be patient with it as it is opening. So as we can see now, it has opened, and whenever it opens like this, it means someone who created there a company, but he or she did not close it. Remember, we also created this company called IOSS, the other previous session that we handled. So we opened this program, but we did not close it. We did not close this company. So whenever you open and it opens in such a way, that means there is already a company open. So the first thing to do is to first close that company so that you create a new one. So we are going to click on file here, then we close that company. So now it has closed. So we are going to create a new company file. So as always, in the other previous lessons, we learned how to create these company files. If you did not watch those videos, you can just go in the description of this very video. You will find there those links so that you can also first peruse through those sessions or those lessons. So we are going to create a new company. So you come on create a new company here. Then you come and select the other option here, then you select advanced setup. So here they will ask for the company details. The company details, we already have them here. The name of the company, they said it's called the KK Electronics. So we are just coming here and copy this name, we come and put it here, KK. So it is the same name that you can put here in the legal name. Then the tax ID, they have not given us the tax ID here, but if it is given in case of your company, then also put it there. Then you have street address. Street address here, according to our question, they said it is located on Stanley Street, so we are going to put there Stanley Street as our street address, Stanley Street. And then city is Kasese, because they said it is located in Kasese town. So we are going to put here Kasese. Kasese. And then for the state and the country here, we are just going to select others because our country Uganda is not among these ones, so just select others. Then after you click here, then you add the contact. The contact is already given in our question here. You come and get the contact here. Then we come to the fax. It is not given, we just leave it. We come and see the email. It is already given, it is here. We copy the email. We put it here. Then after you come and click continue, go. So we said it is an electronic business. So we come and select here the appropriate word, the appropriate industry among this industry here. So we have here real estate, repairing, retail shops or online commerce. We have wholesale distributor. We have general products. So we can select the one that can be appropriate for our business. So we can come and select this one here, which is we can select this one here, retail shop or only whatever, because there is a retail shop. So we just continue here. Then after we select the organization type. Is it a sole proprietorship? Is it a partnership? But for our question here, they have not specified, so we don't know what it is. We can just select others here. We continue. So the fiscal year begins. Come and see when it begins. So they said it started the year with this. They have not specified the year, but when you try to see in the transaction here, they are saying this transaction they are starting in January. So we can just consider the fiscal year or the month for beginning the fiscal year as January. We just continue. Then we come for the vault. We just leave it as blank as it is. So we are here now. We are going to save the company file. All these procedures, we saw them in the other previous sessions. So if you did not watch them, please just follow those links in the description so that you can also learn how to create these company files step by step. So we are going to save our company file. We can save it in local disk F here. So we create a folder and call it KK Electronics. The folder we are going to call it KK Electronics, like that. Then you will open it. Then you will save our company file. So wait for it to save. So it has to count up to 100% as it is saving the company file. So you have to be patient and wait for it to save. And please, if you are new here, we kindly request you to like this video if you find it interesting, subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification bell such that anytime we publish another tutorial, then you can be notified as soon as it is uploaded. Then you can join us. So it has already saved our company file. We just continue here. So we select, they sell what they have not specified, but we have here items. So you can just select that they sell both products and services. We just continue. So they are asking, how will you enter your sales in QuickBooks? Record on sale, individual, record on summary, use QuickBooks, print sales. We can just select record on daily summary on your daily week sales. So you can just select this first one, record each sales individually. Then after we continue here, then they are asking if you charge sales tax, but for in our question here we have not seen sales tax, but it's okay, we can just leave it there. Then do you want to use estimates in QuickBooks? We select no, continue. Do you want to use statements? We select yes, because statements are necessary. Creating invoices, we said when they talk of creating invoices, that's where you can be able to sell on credit. So if you will be able to sell on credit in your business, then you have to select yes here, and that one is very necessary, because you cannot run a business without selling to your customer once in a while on credit. Then we have here progressive invoicing. You can just select no here, leave it like that. We come to managing bills. So do you want to always the system to always manage your bill? It's okay, leave it at yes. Then tracking inventory, to be able to know how much you have in stock, that one is okay, you select yes, continue. Then tracking time in inventory, obviously every transaction have to enter it with its own date and time. You select yes and continue. Then having employees, you can select yes here and continue. Then using accounts in QuickBooks, that one is very necessary. That's why they don't even give any option here, just continue. So we are going to start tracking our finance in 1st January 2022. If you want to change, then you have to first click here, then you can be able to change the date here, but for our case we are going to use 1st January 2022. Then after you continue here, then you just leave this recommended income and expenditure selected, then you continue. So we are done with the setting up of the company. So you go to setup, wait for it to load the settings. It is loading the settings. Now it is done. We start now the real working. So we have already created the company first. So now we are going back to our question and enter now the entries. So the first one, they said they started the year 2022 with the following balances. So they had 8 million opening cash at hand. So we are going to create an account called cash at hand. So you said when you are creating the account, or when you are creating an account, you just click on list here, you come on chart of accounts. So you will see already other accounts which are already in the chart of account, then you can create a new one. So we are going to select bank. Any account where we save money, whether it is cash at hand, whether it is paid cash, whether it is saving, all those ones we categorize them under bank. That's why they are even giving us sample of the accounts here. So we are going to select bank, we continue here, then we put there the name of the account, which is cash at hand. We enter the opening balance. They have said they are 8 million. They are 8 million. The date we shall just consider 1st January 2022, because they said they started with this money the year. So we are going to use 1st January 2022 as the date when they started the business. So we save our account. So that is our account here. So we are going to create another one according to our question. The second account is cash at Centenary. So Centenary Bank. So we are going to create another account called Centenary Bank. So we come to account new, it's also under bank. We continue, we enter the account name. The opening balance is how much? Is 200 million. So we come and put here our 200 million as the opening balance. Then the date we said it is still 1st January 2022. Then after we click OK here, we save our, they will bring a notification here for the date. You select yes, then for the bank online bank feed you select no. Then you will see our account having been created here. Then we have another account here. Another account is delivery van. So we are going also to create a delivery van account. So a delivery van is a fixed asset, so we shall select here fixed asset. We continue. Then you put there the name of the account, which is now delivery van. The opening balance, we come and see it was how much. It is 30 million. The date still we shall use the 1st January 2022. Then we select yes, okay, save and close. We are saving our account, so it's already created here. Then we come and continue and see delivery van is done. So for the items we have them here. The first one is switch, so that means we are done with creating accounts. Now we are going to create items. So the first item is single switch. We are going to create it. We come in list, then we shall select item list. Then we can come here on new item. We select new here. Then we say it is an inventory part. Then the name of the item, we said it is single switch. The cost price here, we come and check. The cost price is 8,000. The cost price is 8,000. The selling price, we check here and we see it's 10,000. Then an item must be having the income account, so we can just call it single switch income. You can just leave it like that. So the inventory asset account, you can just leave it as that default. Then just come here, then we set the income account. Then after you click, so the date is, we are going to use the same date we said we are using, 1st January 2022. Then our item is already created here. We create another one. Is what? Another item is double switch. You come and create it here. The cost price, we come and check its cost price here. Cost price is 100,000. 10,000. It's 10,000. Then the selling price is 16,000. Then the income account, can just call it double switch income. So the date is still, when you try to click here, then they will tell you the income account. This one that is already typed here, it is not in the chart of account. Then you just set it, save and close. Then you come and change the date to 1st January. Then you save and close. Then we create another item, new. So the name of the item is bulb. The bulbs, we're going to put here bulbs. Bulb, that is our our item. The cost price is 3,000. The selling price is 5,000. 5,000. That the income account will be bulb income. Just put it like that. So for your case, you can just say bulb sales. So the way you want to name it. So remember, this is the name that will always appear in the income statement there when you are running an income statement. So the income account that you put here, it's the one that will be reflected in the income statement. So after typing our income account, we set it here. Then you come and change the date. Then after click OK, then our item will be saved here. So we create a new another item. It is also inventory. It's called the insulated wire. These procedures of creating these items and accounts, we have them in the other previous sessions step by step, so you can go and check them. So insulated wire is our next item. The cost price, you come and check the cost price. It is 5,000. The cost price is 5,000, and the selling price is 8,000. Then the income account, can just name it as insulated wire income. Then after the date here, then they will tell you the income account is not there. We save it. The date we have said it is the date is 1st January 2020. So it's already created. So we create another one. Another item is lamp holder. We come and put here our lamp holder income account. So it's also an inventory part, lamp holder. And then income the cost price is 3,000. Yes, it is 3,000. And the selling price is 5,000. Then the income account, just leave it as lamp holder income. So we set that account. And then the date is still 1st January. We save our item. Which other item? The last one is power cable. So we are going to create another item called the power cable. New item, inventory part. The name of the item is here. The cost price, we check the cost price here. It is 20,000. Cost price is 20,000. Then the selling price is 30,000. Then the income account, can just name it as cable income. We set the account, save it. Then the date is still 1st January 2020. So if the item is having the opening balance already, then you come and put it here where we have on hand. Then after you click OK. So our items have been created according to our question here. So we are going now directly to our transaction that they did throughout the month of January. On 2nd January here, transaction 1, they are saying on 2nd January they purchased 200 pieces of single switches by check from Steve General Store. So Steve General Store is our supplier. Have to come and create Steve Jones. Not Steve Jones. That one is my favorite. That's why. So we are going to create another or a new supplier here. So in other versions you have suppliers, and in this version you have vendors. So it's either vendors or supplier, it is the same thing. So the vendor name is here, the date of entering that vendor or supplier is 1st January. Still no, it is 2nd. The transaction was done on 2nd. Then after it is on 2nd January. Then if he has other details, put them here, but for this one has no other details. Then we come and check the transaction. They said they purchased 200 pieces of single switches by check. So that means you are going to write a check. So you come and right click on that supplier, then you come and select write check here. Then after you enter now the details of items that they sold. So here we have two options. We have items and expenses. So if you are entering expenses, then you leave this expense highlighted, but for our case we are purchasing an item, so we have to come and click in the item tab here. Then afterwards you come and select the item. They said they bought what? They purchased pieces of single 200 pieces of single switch. So we are going to put here single switch. This is our single switch, and the quantity was 200. Then after the date was 2nd. Then they paid by what? By check. So here we have cash on hand, so we have to change to bank. So we come to and select the bank like that. You click OK. Then if we have other details, also put them there. Afterwards come and click. Then sometimes they may even give you the check number. Then if they give you the check number, you come and untick this thing here. Then you come and type here the check number. Then after, just come and save our transaction. So our transaction have been saved. That's how we purchase by check from a supplier. Then transaction 2, they are saying on 4th January the business purchased 300 bulbs on credit from Samba supplier. That means Samba supplier is our supplier or our vendor. So we have to first create that vendor. Come on, new here, new vendor. We enter the name of the vendor. The date is the date was what? Was 4th here. Then after we save. So they said they sold what? I mean they purchased 300 bulbs on credit. And we said in the other previous sessions that when you buy goods on credit from the supplier, what you do, you come and right click on that supplier, then you select enter bill. Then you come and enter the items that you are buying. So we said they are bulbs and the quantity is 300 like that. Then the date was on 4th, isn't it? Let us check. Yes, the date was on 4th. Then after, just come and save our item or our transaction. So after saving, you'll see that the amount Samba is demanding from us is here, 900,000 for the other goods that we have just bought on credit. So that's how we conduct, or that's how we enter a credit purchase. So we go to another transaction. Another transaction they are saying here on 5th January they sold 20 pieces of single switch to Richard. So that means Richard is our customer. We are going to create our customer called Richard. We come to customer center. Then we are going to create a customer called Richard. So this is Richard, and the date was on 5th. Was it 5th? The date was 5th. Let us first check here. The date was on 5th. Yes, the date was on 5th January. And then we save that one. So we come to the question, the transaction, and analyze it. They said on 5th January they sold 20 pieces of single switches to Richard by cash. So, and in the other previous sessions we said when you sell goods by cash or by check to a customer, what you do, right click on that customer, then you come and select enter a sales receipt. Then you wait for that receipt to open. So after it has opened, then you specify if it is a cash or by check. For our case, Richard bought goods by cash, so we're going to select cash here. The date was 5th. Come and change it to 5th. Then come and put here the item. They said 20 pieces of single switch. It is a single switch, and they are 20 in quantity. Then afterwards you just come and save the transaction, and after saving that transaction, then you have to go and deposit that money. We are going to deposit that money. And how are we going to do it? Just come and click in banking, then you make deposit. So you will see this transaction here. Just select it like this and make sure it is checked here or it is ticked here. Then you come and click OK. Afterwards, after selecting OK, then you come and select where you are going to deposit it here. So you deposit it depending on the type of transaction. Remember, they said Richard bought by cash. That means you have to deposit that money on the cash account. So you come and change it to cash at hand like that. Then after you click OK and save our transaction. So the transaction is already saved. So we go to another transaction. They are saying on 7th they sold 40 bulbs to Isaac by cash. So that means Isaac is also our customer. So we are going to create another customer called Isaac. Just come on new here or just right click here, then select new customer. It's called Isaac, and the date is, when was it? It was on 7th. It was on 7th according to our question. They said they sold Isaac 40 bulbs. So we are going by cash, 40 bulbs by cash. So that means this type of transaction is also a sales receipt. So you just right click on that supplier, customer. You enter sales receipt. The item is bulb. Select it here. The quantity was 40. Then the date is 7th, and they sold by cash. Then after you click save and close, select yes here, then you go and bank the money. Remember, we said after entering a sales receipt you have to come and bank that money. So this person paid by cash. So you just select this transaction, you come on OK here, then you select, make sure cash at hand is selected here because it's the one that we use to do what? To sell, or it's the way that we use to receive the money from our customer. Then after save and close here, select it yes. So you see the transaction having been saved. Then we go to another transaction. They are saying Isaac returned 80 bulbs because they were damaged and was refunded by cash. So remember, up here we said we sold 40 bulbs to Isaac, but in transaction on 9th here they are saying Isaac returned 80 bulbs because they were damaged and they had to refund his money back by cash. So that means you're going to do that transaction. And for any transaction, actually this kind of transaction is the first time we are handling it. And when we are handling a return inwards, you just come and right click on the customer. After, you come and select create credit memo stroke refund. Then they will bring this refund receipt. So you come and put there the item, which is bulb, because Isaac returned bulbs. Then the quantity for the bulbs returned, they were 8. Then the date was on 9th. You come and select 9. Then now we come to these options here. Up here we have two options. We have use credit to give refund, and then use credit to apply to invoice. If those items were sold on credit, that means we have to select use credit to give refund, so that they reduce on the amount we are demanding from that customer. But if that customer paid by cash or by check and need to be refunded, then we come and select use credit to give refund. For our case, Isaac was refunded by cash, so you just come and click on use credit to give refund, then you click yes here. Then afterwards you select now the account you are using to do what, to refund the money. So remember we said the transaction says was refunded by cash. That means you have to come here and select cash. After, we come and select the account, which is cash on hand, like that. After, you change the date here, it is already 9th. You leave it the way it is. You click OK here. Then you will see the receipt having been assigned refunded. Then afterwards, just come and click save and close. That's how we handle a return inwards. That transaction is done. We go to another transaction. On 10th, the business purchased 100 pieces of double switches and 160 lamp holders from Tom Electrical. So Tom Electrical is our supplier. That means we are going to create Tom under our vendors here. Tom Electrical, new vendor, Tom Electrical here. The date was on when? The date was on 10th. Is it 10th? Yes, it was on 10th. It was on 10th. We save. If he has other details, we put them here. Then after we have saved, then we are going to analyze the transaction. They are saying purchased 100 pieces of double switches and then 160 lamp holders by check. And we said when you buy goods by check or by cash, then what you do, you come and right click on that supplier. Afterwards, you come and select write checks. Then the items we have, the first one is what? Item number 1, 100 pieces of double switch. Come and select double switch here. The quantity is 100. That's 100. Then we come and check another item. They also bought 160 lamp holders. 160 pieces. 160 pieces of lamp holders. It is 160 pieces of lamp holders, like that. So the date was on 10th, as we said, it was on 10th. Then they paid by what? Come and check very well. They paid by check. That means here we have to leave this Centenary Bank selected. If they had given us the check number, we'll also come and put it here. Then afterwards, come and click save and close. So we have saved our transaction. We go to another transaction on 14th. On 14th, 60 pieces of double switches. They sold 60 pieces of double switch to Roslyn. So that means Roslyn is also our customer. So we have to come and create a customer called Roslyn. Roslyn. We come to customers here, customer center. Then we create a new customer called Roslyn. The date was on 14th January 2022. Save that one. And according to this question, they are saying he sold 60 pieces of double switch to Roslyn by cash. And you said when you sell by cash or by check, what you do, right click on that customer, you enter sales receipt. So it was by cash, and the item was double switch. Double switch. The quantity was how many? The quantity was 60 pieces of double switch. 60 pieces. Come and put here 60 pieces. Then the date was 14th. Then afterwards, you come save and close. After saving, we are going to deposit our money still. We come to banking, then we make deposit. We select this transaction, we make sure it is checked here. We come to OK, then we select cash on hand because Roslyn paid by cash. Then the date it is the same, then we save and close. That transaction is done. So we go to another transaction on 16th. That transaction is on 16th. They are saying on 16th, the business sold 20 bulbs to Tembo on credit. That means Tembo is our customer. So we are going to create a customer called Tembo. So we come on new customer here. We are creating a customer called Tembo. The date was on 16th January. 16th. Then after we save, we click OK. It's already here. And for the transaction, they are saying they sold 20 bulbs to Tembo on credit. So they sold these items on credit. So we come to Tembo. And in the other previous sessions or classes, we said when you sell goods to the customer on credit, what you do, you come and right click on that customer, then you select create invoice. Then after you come and select the item. The item was what? We check very well. They are bulbs. Come and select bulbs here. The quantity was 20. Then the date is 16th, as we had seen it, 16th. Then afterwards, you come and click save and close. So we will see this amount of money having been added to Tembo, because remember, he bought on credit. This one, they are not reflecting any balances because for them they bought by cash, they paid by cash, but this one bought on credit. That's why we are seeing these balances we are demanding from him. Then we go to another transaction which is on 17th. They are saying on 17th January the business bought 2 rolls of insulated wire, and each roll contains 100 meters. Therefore 100 meters, and they are saying these were purchased by bank from Toti General Store. So that means Toti General Store is our supplier or our vendor. So we are going to create a vendor called Toti General Store. So come to new here, new vendor is called Toti General Store. The date is 17th. We save that vendor. The date format here is disturbing. The date format, so they are saying it is 17th, like that. Then afterward you click okay. Then that is our vendor. Then you come and analyze the question. They are saying they bought 2 rolls of insulated wire, and each roll has 100 meters. That means if there are 2 rolls, that means there are 200 meters. 200 meters of insulated wire. So they bought these ones by bank. That means we are going to do what? To rate check, because we said when you buy and pay by check or by cash, you right click on that supplier, then you come and select rate checks. And I've said the item is insulated what? Insulated wire. And we said each roll is having 100 meters. That means if there are 2 rolls, those are 200 meters. So we put here 200 meters, then they will automatically balance here, and we get the total. The date is 17th, like that. It was by bank, so we leave here Centenary Bank. Then afterward is come and save our transaction. Though another transaction on 20th, they are saying on 20th they sold 80 meters of insulated wire to Rogers by cash. So we are going to create a customer called Rogers. So we are going to create a customer. Come in customer center. We create a customer called Rogers. New customer is called Rogers. The date was on 20th. 20th January 2022. Then we save Rogers, and we come back to our question and analyze it. They are saying they sold 80 meters of insulated wire to Rogers by cash. And remember, we said when you sell goods to a customer by cash, you do what? You enter a sales receipt. So we are going to right click to this customer, then you come and select enter sales receipt, because he bought by cash. Then after we select cash here, if it was by check, we select check, but this one was cash. Then after we put here insulated wire as the item, then the quantity was 80. They said 80. Then after the date was on 20th. Then after we come and save our transaction, and after saving we have to deposit that money, because you have received that money, and we are going to save it in the cash account. So you come to banking, then select make deposit. You select the transaction, you make sure it is ticked here, then you come and select OK. Then you come and select here cash at hand. Here it should be showing cash at hand, because this money was received by cash. Then afterward just come and save our transaction and click yes. So that transaction is already done. Then we'll go to another transaction. Here they are saying on 22nd Jan the business sold 10 bulbs to Peterson on credit. So that means Peterson is our what? Our customer. So we are going to create a customer called Peterson. So we right click on here, select new customer. This is Peterson, and the date was on 22nd January 2022. We come back to the transaction and analyze it. They are saying the business sold 10 bulbs to Peterson on credit. on what? On credit. And remember we said when you sell goods on credit on the customer, what you do, come and right click on that customer, then you select create invoice, then you put here the item. They said it is bulb. The quantity was how many? You come and check. There are 10 bulbs. 10 bulbs here. Put here 10. Then afterwards we change the date. It was 22nd. Just check. Yes, it was 22nd. Then afterwards you come and click on save, close. So you will see also Peterson having that balance because we sold him on credit. Then you come to another transaction. They are saying on 24th January the business transferred 200,000 from cash to bank. So we are going to make a transfer from cash to bank. So when you're transferring money from one account to another, you come to banking, then you come and select transfer funds. Then we set the date. It was 24th. Then we are transferring from what? From cash on hand or cash at hand. Then we are transferring it to bank, which is Centenary Bank. Then the amount we are transferring is how much? You come and check here. It is 200,000. So you come and put here the amount we are transferring here, which is 200,000, like that. After you come and save the transaction, say yes here. So our transaction is already saved. So the last transaction here, they are saying on 30th January the manager requested for an income statement. So we are going to generate now our income statement for the month of January. How do you do that one? You just come in reports here, then you come under the menu of company and finance, then you will see profit and loss standard here. And remember they have said they want a statement for January, for the month of January. So we are going to specify here the date. Want a statement for January which runs from January to 30th, from 1st January to 30th January. Then after you come and refresh here. So you will see our statement reflecting here. So we have here the income which we sold from bulbs, we have income from double switch, we have income from insulated wire, we have income from single switch. Then we have here now the cost of goods. The cost of goods, this is the money that we spent now to purchase those goods. Then afterwards down here we have the net income, and this item, I mean this statement here, is on accrual basis. If you want now, you can modify it to cash basis here. Click OK, then it will show you the cash basis part of it. So that is our income statement. That's how we generate it. Then someone asked me, what if for me I want the one which is having the heading as income statement but not profit and loss? So what you do, you just go and edit the headers. And how do you do it? You come to customize here, then you come on header and footers, then you will be able to change here profit and loss to your own statement that you want to use. You can put the income statement or any other name that you want to use. Then after, you can export it to Excel or you can save it as a PDF here. Then after, you can be able to report to your manager. So that is that business of electronics. So today we have handled an electronic business. So thank you very much for attending this session, and please, if you are new to this channel, just like the video if you find it interesting, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell such that anytime we publish a new lesson or a new tutorial, you can be notified so that you join us as early as possible. Thank you very much. I sign out.